Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much.
Have fun. Do you have the...
Yeah, you will have a clicker. Sure. Thank you, Michael. Sorry for not being a female. That's the way it is. Yeah, because of the great speakers we have till now, we all know that we all want to be happy. The first, I'm a male, so I have the green one, supposed to work. This direction, yes, we all want to be happy. As Michael say as well, no one wants to be an asshole. So this is important because if we all want to be happy, we all have to live, we all have to survive, we all have to work. And many of us want to transform our workplace as an interesting place. So we all want to take the opportunity of the work as a place to improve ourselves, to learn foreign language, new skills, and we all want to better control our technique, sales technique, production technique, and we all want to perform better. We could call that intrinsic motivation. And it's very good because we're all looking for objectives, and these objectives motivate us, and they make us better. And it's push us to read more, know more, and it's good. But the thing is, when we start to work with other people like us in different departments, and we all know that some resources are just not enough, never. We never have enough time, we never have enough money. Okay? It would be easy to produce a fantastic product with tons of millions to prepare it, but we don't have that money. And it would be easy to make a record of sales if we had time to sell this product, but we have other products. So the thing is, we all fight for our objectives. And it happens to appear that this is not good for companies because we start to see separation, breach within the same teams. It happens to see that we are not cooperating. We are starting to fight each other. I'm sure it's not your case, but in many, many companies, we have serious problems within commercial and marketing. They really hate themselves in a proper way. Is that true? Is that okay for you? Yeah, you know that? The same for finance. We want money, money, money. Sales, we want sales, sales, sales. Yeah, but here there is a little problem. So, what's happening with the management by objectives invented at the past century is that the corporate silos start to appear. And we are not working anymore together. Is the reason why many of us feel that we are alone and no one would support us and we are not working as a team. So hopefully, back in 2005, two people from Barcelona, from ESA Barcelona, Pablo Cardona and Carlos Rey, I say Carlos Rey like Carlos Rey, they invented a way of managing companies which is not grounded on intrinsic motivation. It's grounded on a much more important motivation, which is transcendent motivation. We all want to be meaningful for something in our lives. We all want to have a legacy. We all want to mean something for someone. So, this is a very interesting, very human being to think like this, but how can you do that in a proper way in a company? So they created this model, management model, which is a purpose-led management model, okay? So what is really interesting with this way of managing a company is that it's delivering two big outcomes, which is, the first one, you can have a significant life. Anyone is able to recognize? I didn't do the drawing. This is Martin Seligman. Yeah, Martin Seligman, I understand that everyone here knows about his job, and it's wonderful to see that this management model can help to implement Martin Seligman and positive psychology in the workplace. And the second outcome we have is that the ultimate big thing that every manager, every leader wants to achieve is a united, aligned, and motivated team. 3 very different words: united as a group, aligned at the same direction, and motivated. This is very important. We could speak hours about each word, but we don't have that. We have minutes of that. So the thing is, these are the outcomes, and I hope that now you're going to ask, okay, how can you do that properly? So this is the key of everything. This is a culture of service, okay? I think I'm today the only speaker that never, ever pronounce the word of happiness in his own company. I never talk about happiness at Vygon, never. Because for me, maybe it's a misunderstanding from my part, but I think that this is not my responsibility. Happiness, I think, is a responsibility for everyone, and I cannot make myself responsible of this. I think that I can make myself accountable for some things. And this is exactly the kind of thing that I feel responsible for. So this is a culture of service. This is a very different way comparing management by objectives and management by missions. Because when the objectives are very specific, are very measurable, are very time-bounded, are very realistic, and are supposed to motivate ourselves as workers, we know the side effects, and no, it's not working. It's because all the workers all around the world are, many of them, unhappy and burn out. So, the management by mission is proposing ourselves a much wider conception of the objective. It's very easy. Make a better word. Yeah, it's wide. Okay, but we're going to help to make a little bit narrow, more narrow, and you're going to feel that you're contributing to this purpose. It has to be inspirational. It has to move yourself inside. It has to be something that make your heart move your body every day. So it just can't be making more money. I personally had this midlife crisis when I was around 40, and it's the beginning, the start of that, to say, I've been successful, everything is all right, I've got a great family, my business is going well, so now, what's next? It's going to be the same for the next 25 years, making more money, have good result, and the day I'm going to retire, I would say, oh, we make such a great marketing campaign. You remember 2014? Wow, it was great, we were selling as hell. No, it wasn't possible. It wasn't that, so this is why we embrace this way of working. So, this is the key. We want to make ourselves contributors to some transcendental purposes. What does that mean? We want to contribute. This is a key word. We are all the time contributing to some stakeholders. We have to choose some stakeholders, and we have to make them happy. We have to make this, to have to please. Every month, we have this review, and we take the stakeholders and say, what is their level of satisfaction? Okay? So, in a very balanced way, because obviously, everything in life is about balance, we say, how are we doing? How are you doing about what? Satisfaction of our shareholders, obviously. We are a company. We need to make money. Money for a company is like oxygen for a human being. We need that. We don't have to be ashamed of that. That's true. We need to make money. So every month, we say to everyone, these are the sales, these are the figures, here we are. Of course, we need to make happier customers. So we obviously have the kind of survey to know that if they promote us as a good company. I think that this is quite normal. All the companies right now are starting for the last 5-10 years to be customer-centric. The customer is the king. I want to please my customer. Please, what are you doing to please your customer? That doesn't work. Because if you forget that, if you forget the employee, it will never work. You have to put the employee at the same level as a shareholder. Can you imagine the face of my CEO in Paris when I say, okay, in Spain, our employees are as important as you are. And he was like, okay, okay, just do it, and okay. So I was saved by his lack of time. And he let me do that. And the good thing is, this is not enough, because we need another one, which is society. We need to mean, as a group, as a team, something for the society. So everyone has to choose which part of society, okay? We are a very, very teeny company, 50 people, in a very gray and old industrial area in Valencia, in Spain. And okay, like to be Superman, but okay, we're gonna choose some stakeholder. And the model proposed as well the environment, okay? It could be an option. So back in 2014, when I was in my personal crisis, I said, okay, I want the other to be fucked up as well, so we're gonna change everything. So at Vygon, as I told you, we are a medtech company, and we provide to the hospital so sexy products like catheters. Yeah, I was born for that. Yeah, really. It's just incredible. So the thing is, we say, okay, we have to decide who are going to be the stakeholder we're going to serve. What is the culture of service for what? So we choose, it's in Spanish, but I think it's okay. Shareholder on the left, on the top, patient, because it wasn't a whole word, it was patient, okay? Because, of course, it's a direct link with our business, okay? The hospital, it was the customers, and the employee, okay? So we start with the employee. Oops. And we have created what we have called an optimistic organization. Why? Because optimism has to be everywhere in the company. Optimism is nothing to see with happiness, nothing to see to being cool. Optimism is the behavior, the thinking that there is always a good part even in a bad situation. Nothing more. I can assume this commitment with my people. I want to be optimistic, nothing more. And I would like to see you acting like that. So, why did we call that optimistic organization? Because it's a mix, a unique mix of many things that have been around. For example, we are working quite a lot about policies that generate trust. So we have more than 80 measures that go further the law to help, support, and make people feel very good, okay? We have adopted a model of leadership, which is transformational leadership, leader coach, okay? Who knows that? Leader coach, leader, transformational leader? Very few people, okay. Important to know about that. It's not the kind of leadership that I ask you to do that, I give you this, and do it on yourself. I will help you in all ways, and I'm supportive, and so, and I transform yourself. This is the path and the moment of the year that we have individual and collective meeting to help people, okay? And so it's very important for us to understand that it's all about personal development, which means mindfulness, which means a lot of activities to have a personal development and professional development, okay? We are making a lot of activities around positive organizational psychology. So what is that exactly? Experts have been talking, but for us it's this: positive emotion, frequent surprising activities, celebration of success, optimistic headquarters. Optimistic what? Yes, we've done it. We've done an optimistic headquarter, which is the first one in the world, I think. It's a kind of Google without money. But it's personalized. It's something that we've built, all of us. So this is a thing. It looks like a kindergarten on the outside because, as I always say, we are children dreaming inside of changing the world. So this kind of thing we have, you prefer your favorite meal and who is the person who was doing this meal, okay, or who is doing this meal. So you go to your kitchen with your Tupperware and you see all the pleasure that other people had eating, and you feel connected with that. We have, to help people to be right here, right now, we have this thermometer of emotion on the wall, and we have a lot of things. So I invite you to come to Valencia and visit us, and visit the first and unique optimistic headquarters in Spain. And in the world, this thing, yeah. We have another thing. The time is running, and it's a shame, because we have a competency-based management as well. So you will remember now with this guy, the model of Martin Seligman of virtues and strengths. We've got it not only in the optimistic headquarters, we have this fancy painting, but we have it in an app. And every day in your phone, when you see someone having a behavior that is in the mark of what Martin Seligman say, that you can reach happiness, you can put it and say, oh, I appreciate that you are like this, you're generous, and so and so. So this is a very, very interesting subject about the employee. So the thing is, we've done that for employees. Now, what was possible to be done being a teeny company in a master market of top pharma companies? It was hard, but the idea was to say, okay, this is what the ultimate marketing thing was, and to say, okay, you have to transform your customers. You have to make your customers live a new possibilities through your action. So it was like, yeah, okay, but how is it working? So, because every day we were coming in the optimistic headquarters, we had the idea to create the optimistic hospital. If we want to offer to the patient a better life, we would have to take care about the employee of the hospital. So we have created these awards that are a lot of categories who enhance and put on the stage as the best practices in the hospital. So this initiative has been very, very successful in Spain. The green nose is our symbol. And in the last 4 years, we had more than 800 applications, more than 100,000 euros donated to NGOs. And you can imagine, we had even the support of the Queen. So it's like crazy, because you can imagine how difficult this is for such a small company to have this support. So it was great, and it was so great that people asked for more. And so we have this year writing a book on how to transform a hospital and an optimistic hospital. And people ask for more. So we have created a foundation. We offer some courses, workshops, and a lot of resources for people to change their workplace in the hospital. Next year, we're going to organize the first international congress about optimistic hospitals. So, shareholder. My shareholder is exactly the same as yours. They are all interested in money. Hopefully, very important and clever people say that when you really put the purpose in the middle of your daily business, it works. It gives some money. So what do you think about these people? This is my team. This is my people. Do you feel that they really embrace their purpose? Yeah, I think so. These are the figures. We had a very, very hard time in Spain, very poor, so please come and visit us and let some money, because the market is going down, down, down. And we had some kind of good result. So before to leave, I hope that I can let you a final message, which is my dream, my every morning motivation is a kind of mantra that I have. It says something like that I want for the people I have the honor to lead to feel that work is a great opportunity to experiment a personal development, to have fun, and to feel that they have contributed to something greater than themselves. I hope that this message can be spread out of the world, and all together we can transform our workplace and make a better world. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. It was an honor.
Thank you, Florent. And I really love the picture, seeing you with the green nose. I love that picture. You and the green, yeah.
I got it.
Can I try it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's easy. You just open. Put
Okay. Wearing this nose, I will ask you the first question. Here it is. What is your proudest moment?
What is what?
Your proudest moment in this journey since 2014?
I don't have a proudest moment.
Mm-hmm.
I have, you see how our body works? Just thinking about it, I am over there. My brain is like this. So the best moment of my life is every time we have these awards, and we have like 500 people in the room, which are 250 people representing the best health worker, the most humanistic and motivated one, and we have 250 people coming from NGOs.
Yeah.
And all of these people is just such an energy of compassion, an energy of changing the world, happiness. And when you have this kind of people who have extraordinary lives, they go on scene and they receive the first and last applause they have in their life. You just can say that with words. So this is my moment. I start to cry and this is my best moment.
Yeah, good. It's actually quite comfortable. A little warm, but comfortable. Feels nice. Florent, you are running one of the workshops tomorrow.
Yes.
And we see that you have good principles. And maybe there will even be noses to try tomorrow. But what will be in that workshop?
For people who have some kind of responsibility, who are actually leading a team in their company? Okay. So I will try to focus on that, because who are actually a CEO of a company? Wow. 2 speakers and 2 other. Good. So yeah, it's a shame, but all the people who are here are convinced people, and the ones that should be convinced are not here. That's always the same. So I would like, because I was lucky, my CEO in France let me as general manager for Spain to do whatever. So that was very lucky. But all of you would think, okay, it's great, but you were the number 1, so you can do things, and I cannot, because I'm just managing a team. So tomorrow I would like to focus on the fact that you can do things in your team, starting on Monday. Yeah. Because tomorrow is Friday, so you can start on Monday. Yeah. On Monday you can start things and say, okay, this is what can be done effectively. So this is the idea of tomorrow.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Florent Amion. Thank you for the nose. Thank you. Yeah.